everyone, welcome back to Bible Verse Breakdown. In this video, the verse that I'm going to be breaking down for you guys is Proverbs chapter 10 verse 21, which reads, "The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom." What did King Solomon mean by the lips of the righteous feed many? Well, the Bible tells us that when people are righteous, they always speak the truth. If you read Psalm 15, verses 1 to 5. And what is the truth? The truth is the word of God. As Jesus Christ said, "Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth." If you read John chapter 17, verse 17. And the psalmist said the same thing in Psalm 119, verse 142, 151, and 160. And the Bible tells us that the word of God is like food, because just as you need physical food in order to sustain your physical body, so you need spiritual food to satisfy the spiritual body you have, which is your faith or your spirituality. If you read Matthew chapter 4, verse 4, you see Jesus Christ comparing the word of God to bread and saying how they were similar but also different. He said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." The word of God is like food because when we eat it by believing in it, then our spirituality comes alive. We begin to have faith in that. As Paul said in Romans chapter 10 verse 17, that faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. We believe in God based on what we read in the Bible, and as we continue to study the scriptures, our spirituality is continually renewed and enlivened. If you read Psalm 19 verses 7 to 11 and Psalm 119 verses 97 to 100. And thus, those who speak the truth, those who preach the word of God or tell other people about it, they're now feeding them spiritually. If you read Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15, you see God saying, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." See also Jeremiah chapter 23 verses 3 and 4 and Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 13. So in other words, the lips of the righteous feed many, because when one has wisdom as a result of their desire to please God, then by the time they talk to others and show that wisdom, then those people receiving the wisdom are being fed. In other words, if you read Matthew chapter 5 verses 3 and 6, Jesus Christ is saying that those people who are hungry for wisdom, those people who are hungry to be satisfied with spiritual things, by the time someone who's righteous preaches the truth to them, then they become full. They become satisfied, which we read in Acts chapter 8 verses 26 to 40, when Philip, an apostle, was sent to the Ethiopian eunuch because he was trying to understand the meaning of Isaiah chapter 53 verses 7 and 8. So when Philip explained the text, the Ethiopian eunuch was filled with wisdom and he was satisfied. You could see he went away rejoicing because what he desired, he received that. But then what does it mean that fools die for want of wisdom? Well, a fool is someone who refuses to listen to advice, refuses to listen to wisdom. If you read Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7, chapter 12 verse 15, and many other verses. And King Solomon is saying that people who refuse to listen to wisdom, well, they'll never be wise. And if you read John chapter 9 verses 39 to 41, you see Jesus Christ was saying that "I have come so that those who acknowledge that they lack wisdom will gain wisdom." That is, those who are blind will begin to see. And those who feel they know something, I will tell them that they don't know anything at all. And then the Pharisees, perceiving that Jesus Christ was referring to them, asked him, "Are we blind also?" And then Jesus Christ said, "If you guys knew that you were blind, then I could go ahead and help you see. But now that you're telling me that you see, I will prove to you that you are actually blind." Therefore, what King Solomon was trying to tell us in Proverbs chapter 10 verse 21, which once again reads that the lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom, is essentially the fact that those who are blessed to have the wisdom of God, are able to teach others and thus give that kind of wisdom to them so that they can be spiritually fed. But people who refuse to listen to wisdom because they are foolish, they will never be wise in their lives. And that is where I'm going to stop on breaking down that verse. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, then I would appreciate if you click the like button and also the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I break down another verse just like this, then you can click the notification bell. Have a good day, and I'd like to see you in the next video.